Alright guys, today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 coasters coming in 2024. Now, before we start, I gotta give 5 honorable mentions, those being the 2 coasters that are not coming to Codaland in 2024. Get that out of your head. They are coming in 2025 or later. These things are so slow. I should say the people at Codaland are slow, because they just do not want to get these rides up in time. So, yeah, Palindrome Circuit Breaker, they're not opening in 2024. And then 3 coasters that will open in 2024 are Spitfire, Colossus, and Iron Rattler going to Six Flags Qiddiya. However, we just don't know the layouts for them yet, so I have to leave them off the list, unfortunately. So starting off at number 10 is Bobcat going to Great Escape. This coaster looks really fun. I've ridden 2 of these now, Wooden Warrior and Wacky Taxi, and they're really good rides, especially Wacky Taxi. That thing is nuts. This will actually be a near clone of Timber at Wallaby Roan Alps, which a lot of people say is actually the best of these small-scale gravity groups. So that's really intriguing. Looks like a lot of great airtime. A little short, but hey, we can't complain. Great Escape got a coaster. Coming in at number 9 might be controversial. It's Top Thrill 2. Obviously going to Cedar Point. Yeah, it just doesn't look great to me. A lot of people think it looks amazing. I don't see it. I don't see it beating the old Dragster, and I don't even think it's coming close to King Ka. Let me get this straight. The launches are going to be such duds. Get that in your head. The launches, they're not going to do anything. If you think they're going to pack a punch, they are not. They're going to be so forceless. It's going to be gliding on straight track. That's what it is. The spike, it's going to be fun, but honestly, the spike on Pantheon wasn't even that good, so I'm not too hyped for this. It'll be better for sure because it's bigger, but I don't know. Just something about it. It looks kind of like they could have done more. If they just added a speed hill, that would put this in the top 5. If they put a speed hill over the swing launch, you got backwards ejector, top 5. But they didn't even do that. So, yeah, unfortunately, it gets a low ranking. Number 8 is going to be another Zamperla, this one being relocated. It's Thunderbolt going to Playland in Vancouver. Yeah, who saw that coming? It's a relocation of Sensafato, something like that. It's Italian. I can't pronounce it, but it looks really fun, actually. It's very Matugani-like, which I hear Brady really likes, so that must mean it's good. I mean, Pegasus is in his top 25. Yeah, all jokes aside, it does look like a solid ride. Good forces, good whip, good airtime, just solid everything. And I'm only sure Zamperla will make it even worse. Number 7 is going to be Mooka, the second Intamin hot racer. That's going to be going to Wallaby Roan Alps, so they're finally getting some love. Gotta love it. So this coaster, let's just say the presentation looks incredible. I'm in love with the theming here. Wallaby Roan Alps looks like it does a great job with theming already, but this area looks incredible. Like, this is one of the most visually stunning coasters I've ever seen, and it's not even built yet. The ride itself looks like an improvement off of Big Dipper, and I mean that in like it's just longer. It's more complete. There's more variety. It looks stronger. Just everything looks better. I think it's going to be smoother. Overall, definitely watch out for Mooka. This looks like a great coaster. However, coming in one spot ahead of it, I was really debating between Mooka and All-American Triple Loop at the number 6 spot. But All-American Triple Loop, it gets the edge. It's an OG Schwarzkopf. It's a relocation of Chimera, which... that's a deadly ride right there. But unfortunately, and not unfortunately, they're going to slow it down. Fortunately, because no one will die now. Unfortunately, because it's not going to absolutely tear through the layout. Honestly, old Chimera might be top 3 on this list, but this still looks number 6. It's got 3 crazy intense vertical loops. Even if they're not quite as intense as they used to be, they're still going to be really crazy. And the rest of the layout doesn't look like a dud either. It looks like you've got a few more airtime moments and laterals, so overall, definitely going to be a new standout for Indiana Beach, something all y'all got to get out to. Coming in at the number 5 spot, I might be a little biased in putting it this high, but it's Flash Vertical Velocity going to Six Flags Great Adventure. And I'm a little biased towards Great Adventure, but this genuinely looks like a great ride. It's got pretty much anything you could ask for in a really compact coaster. Forwards and backwards airtime, which is really what I'm looking forward to. Amazing hang time. You've got tons of launches. I mean, there's like 7 or something on this thing, technically, because of all the boosts. And overall, it's just a really complete layout. Maybe not the most forceful Vekoma's ever done. That's definitely Let Coaster by the looks of it. But it's still going to be a great ride. Maybe not the best capacity, but definitely looking forward to getting on it next year, hopefully. Now, the top 4, this is really where we start getting into the good stuff. Number 4 is going to be Turbo Turtle Power, coming to the Nickelodeon universe in China. And this looks like Intamin's version of TMNT Shellraiser or Takabisha, which is really what it is. They kind of wanted Intamin to do a take on Shellraiser, but it looks way better. I mean, the inversions look nuts. It looks like it has some amazing airtime. Honestly, I could see this definitely being number 3. It really looks that good, but the top 3 are just that good. And coming in at number 3, I mean, a lot of people would for sure have this at 1, but I'm a little skeptical how good it will be. It's Falcon's Flight going to Six Flags Qiddiya. Yes, this will be the fastest. Yes, this will be the tallest. Yes, this will be the longest coaster on the planet. However, that definitely doesn't make it the best. We've seen stats don't really mean anything, and I think this is going to be a perfect example of that. It's still going to be amazing, still maybe top 25 in the world, just because of how fast it's going to be just flying through that layout. But let's take that first Camelback, for example, like the one after the cliff dive. You're not really going to get much airtime over that, I feel like. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's going to be El Toro Camelback, but 400 feet tall. Like, no, it's not going to be. It's going to be a B&M floater hill at best. Maybe even not, because it just looks so drawn out. And that's the big thing with this coaster. Maybe it won't be in real life, but I have a feeling it's going to be really drawn out. And that's a real shame, because if they made this thing like I-305, oh my god, this thing would be untouchable. But I have a feeling it's going to be more like Fury or Millennium Force, unfortunately. Which isn't bad. I mean, 600-foot tall coaster, an Exit coaster, that's still going to be top 25 in the world probably, but it won't be number 1. Which I think these top 2 coasters, either of them could be the greatest of all time, potentially. It was really hard choosing one, but for the video, I have to go with number 2 as Voltron Nevera going to Europa Park. And, oh my god, this looks like pretty much like what Velocicoaster should be. It's a Mach Rides Striker coaster. It's going to be the first one, and man, it looks incredible. It pretty much does anything you can ask for. Ejector airtime, backwards, inversions, hang time, whip, laterals, positives, theming. It's got incredible looking theming. I mean, you can't ask for anything more in a coaster. It's stupid. I'm putting this at number 2 for a ranking video of new coasters coming out. This could definitely be the greatest coaster of all time. However, at number 1 is Hyperion coming to Thorpe Park. I've said it before. I'll say it right now. If this wasn't 35 seconds long, this would absolutely destroy any other coaster on the planet. However, because it's so short, it might not beat some of the ultra elite coasters, but it's definitely going to be top 5 in the world guaranteed. and it could definitely be the best of all time. It really just has a flawless layout. It doesn't have great theming, but I mean, that doesn't matter when you've got what looks to be by far the best first drop of all time, by far the best element of all time with that Outer Bank dive death roll type thing. It just looks flawless. There's not a single thing I would change in this layout for what they had to work with. And that's why Hyperion really looks like the first perfect roller coaster. There's nothing wrong about Hyperion's layout. It's flawless. I wouldn't change a thing about it, which is why it takes the number one spot. And I actually have a good feeling this could be the greatest coaster of all time when it opens next year. But that's my list. Let me know what you guys thought of this down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.